In leaked comments, EA says FIFA license is holding back soccer game design. Well, why don't you just give up the license then? Oh, right. That FIFA makes like a third of your income, doesn't it, EA? Ooh, it would sure suck if FIFA heard this and got butthurt. Sure hope no one from FIFA knows how to use the internet. Publisher says FIFA is an impediment to getting different types of gameplay approved. Ooh. EA, do you realize that you can make other soccer games that aren't FIFA? You can do that. Now, we've known for months that EA has been questioning the value of its nearly 3-decade-long relationship with FIFA, the international soccer governing body whose name has become synonymous with the ultra-popular video game series and loot boxes. Now, though, newly leaked statements attributed to EA CEO Andrew Wilson detail how, ironically, the FIFA license has actually been an impediment to some of the ways EA wants to grow the franchise. Our players tell us they want more modes of play, different things beyond 11 versus 11, and different types of gameplay, Wilson said in November all-hands meeting, according to a Video Games Chronicle report. I would tell you it's been a fight to get FIFA to acknowledge the types of things we want to create because they say our license only covers certain categories. FIFA is just the name on the box, but they've precluded our ability to be able to branch out into areas players want. Make another game. The only reason they want to keep the FIFA license, it isn't so much for the FIFA brand. It's because, and correct me if I'm wrong here, in order to get access to the likenesses of these players, don't they have to go through FIFA? If they made their own independent soccer game, they'd have to do it like with completely made up players. They'd have to just make some fucking fantasy world back or something, which I don't have a problem with, honestly. I actually like a lot of the sports games they make in Japan. They don't limit themselves to the real world and they just go insane. And remember, they used to do this in the West too. Like, remember those street football games? Man, those were fucking awesome. But for whatever reason, they think no one's going to buy it unless they can see their favorite players in the game. Beyond gameplay, the FIFA license also limits EA's ability to include more cultural and commercial brands in the game. Wilson reportedly said FIFA's existing relationship with Adidas bars the inclusion of any Nike-branded products or imagery in the game, for instance. So that's the real thing that they're bitching about, huh? Oh, we want to be able to put more ads in. And Wilson reportedly said that even when FIFA does end up approving something because of the nature of the approval timetables and various things around the FIFA license, that's actually been really hard and we're moving much slower than we want. This wouldn't be the first time a coveted sports license had the impact on game design. License. In American football, the NFL asked Midway to tone down features like late hits and excessive celebrations in the over-the-top NFL Blitz series. When EA brought back NFL Blitz in current year -10, the league reportedly asked for the game's most excessive violence to be toned down to align with their take on player health and safety. This is why you just avoid the real life shit altogether in your games. Just go back to how it used to be 10, 20 years ago when you can make arcade style sports games where it's all fantasy, all made up. Like, remember that they even made those fucking Warhammer, like the Blood Bowl games? Yeah, just make more shit like that. You'll have all the creative freedom you want. Now, EA's NFL license also stops other publishers from making any simulation games that bear the league's official support. Thus, Take-Two says the titles in its coming revival of the NFL 2K brand will be non-simulation football game experiences, whatever that means. God, just distance yourself from this altogether, man. A strained relationship, ruh-roh. Yeah, the comments come during the most proactive public battle between EA and FIFA since FIFA International Soccer was released on the Sega Genesis back in 1993. Current year -29. Yeah, last October, EA publicly confirmed it was reviewing our naming rights agreement with FIFA and that it was considering renaming the series going forward. Shortly after the announcement, the New York Lies reported that FIFA was asking EA to double the nearly $150 million it pays annually for those licensing rights. Dude, just make your own, man. FIFA responded to EA's move by issuing its own statement saying it was adopting a new commercial positioning in gaming and esports and engaging with various industry players, including developers, investors, and analysts, to build a long-term view of the gaming, esports, and interactive entertainment sector. How much you want to bet that FIFA is considering hiring their own in-house developers? Now, FIFA's reported licensing ask of over $1 billion for every 4-year World Cup cycle is significant, even for a series that recently brought in $1.62 billion from the annual Ultimate Team microtransaction sales. And FIFA's push for more money apparently has EA wondering whether it's getting sufficient value from that licensing relationship, which is one of the over 300 has with individual teams, leagues, and other partners for the game. Is that so? So, do all these individual teams, do they have the rights to license their own likenesses out separate of FIFA? That would open up a lot of doors if it's true. Basically, what we get from FIFA in a non-World Cup year is the 4 letters on the front of our box in a world where most people don't even see the box anymore because they buy the game digitally. Oh God! Now that is dropping the mic right there. Wilson reportedly said during World Cup years, the added authenticity of having a digital version of the international tournament is important, but it's not the most important thing, Wilson continued. Wilson also said he discussed his complaints with FIFA president Gianni Infantino directly. I wonder if that guy's Italian. Yeah, wrapping the financial and game design issues together, I said, listen, the money's a thing. We don't want to pay more money than this license is worth, he reportedly said. But it's not about that. It's really about our ability to deliver games and experiences that our fans want in a timely fashion. No, it's about their ability to sell loot boxes. That's what they want. Yeah, last October, EA filed for European and British trademarks for EA Sports FC, suggesting potential rebranding if the FIFA licensing discussions fall through. And how much you want to bet that FIFA themselves may start, they might be doing their own, might hire some in-house developers. If they're smart, they're paying attention to the rise of esports. Completely coincidentally, as most meat space sports start falling,